Joining us now to discuss Bitcoin and more is Thomas Chippas, CEO of Chicago-based crypto exchange ErisX. Hello there, Thomas. So there's a lot going on at the start of the week. BTC holders are hodling, Bitcoin nearing an all-time high, ETH already hitting that all-time high mode. What's your outlook on Bitcoin?
Yeah, there's a lot to cheer about. Very positive, of course. I think you not only the positive trends you're describing with the growth of mining and what have you early on in the show here, but if you look over the last few weeks, we had this great sort of 3-week-long consolidation where certainly the selling pressure seemed to subside and allow for the upside to be broken, and now we're testing new highs as you mentioned at the open. So I think there's a lot of good stuff happening. There are a lot of call options with open interest that expired this past Friday. Shorts may have kept some of the market down during the week, but had to buy back the deltas. And I think there's a lot of other new things in the market that are going to drive some new dynamics that we have to be mindful of and watch. There's the new inflows in ETFs. We don't have the data yet to support that, but we can see the transaction volume in the ETF every day. And now we have this increasing futures volume. Some of which doesn't trade on the weekends if it's U.S.-based futures, and there's always some gaps to fill on Monday morning with respect to get the price back in line with spot. So lots to drive activity over the last week.
The crypto market's cap is also passing $3 trillion. Bitcoin dominance is at about 40%. Will we ever see Bitcoin dominance back at 70% like at the beginning of the year, or even 50%?
I think in crypto you have to say all things are possible, but certainly there's a lot of incredible activity going on around ETH, as we've seen. New levels being tested there as well. Getting to 50, sure, 70, maybe. There's just so much happening in the space today, but we're on the cusp of this growth in hash rate capacity. We are on the cusp of all these entities now finally, after many years of talking about it, embracing Bitcoin, and we're pretty close to a substantial number of new features coming out in Bitcoin once Taproot is enabled, and I think we're going to see a whole new slew of use cases come out that certainly could drive dominance back up again for Bitcoin.
Speaking of growth and acquisitions, so Sibo Global Markets is acquiring ErisX, but it's not a done deal yet, is it?
We've signed, but we have to go through a regulatory approval process. So ErisX operates both a derivatives exchange and clearinghouse, which is regulated by the CFTC, and then we're a spot market operator in the U.S. as well too. So we have to go and speak with the regulators on all the state levels as well too. So we're making good headway. We signed that transaction a few weeks ago, and it's really just contingent upon the regulatory approval. We're making very good headway. I'd hope we can get this wrapped up in the next 4 to 6 months.
What makes ErisX a good fit with Sibo?
Well, Sibo is a global operator of markets across asset classes. I think there are 21 markets currently, equities, options, futures, FX. They're in clearing now in Europe. So they're a global exchange operator, always been very innovative. And I think as a supportive investor, and they have been an investor since day one with ErisX, they've seen all the work that our team has done and our very focused vision on building out the appropriate regulatory, technical, and operational infrastructure that you need to operate a properly regulated exchange, both for spot and derivatives here in the U.S. And I think if you look at the public statements that were made, the stars are aligning. The market wants what we have. They have the ability to support it, and the time is right.
Thomas, Sibo had Bitcoin futures products in 2017. Do they regret shuttering that program down?
I don't think so. Ed Tilley, the CEO, has spoken about this publicly. No regrets. They were early. You got to learn. You have to try new things. And the fact that they invested in us at that time and have now moved forward with this transaction, I think shows that you can look backwards if you like, but the best view is always out ahead.
Finally, any price prediction for the end of the year for Bitcoin?
Oh, man. I think we're going to definitely get over 70. I don't know if we're going to get 100. I know a lot of people are saying that, but, I'd love to see, mid to high 70s would be great, but maybe I'm being overly conservative.